weekend person that does no work. That's not me. I work all weekend. Someday, as a business owner, I am going to get to the point where I am much better about that and take some time off. I did do some stuff with the family this weekend, so yay me. How are y'all doing? It is good to see you. If you're just popping in, watching on replay whenever you are watching, hey, would you mind commenting, please? Because that helps the FB algorithm. I don't even want to say the word, because if I say the word, then you know they're listening, and oh, who cares? Welcome. Oh, look, it's Robert Stone. Welcome, Robert. Look at that, and my comments work today. All I do is work morning to night. That's me. So, Robert, and whomever tunes in later, the big question of the day is, are you generating leads? Are you bringing in new people, pardon me, to your business? And yes, I'm chilly today, so I'm rubbing my hands together because I'm cold. Even though it's 46 here in St. Louis. Spring is here and spring is sprung, and I am doing what I can to generate leads for my business. Now, you guys know I am the viral traffic guy. There should be a sound there for that. I don't have my sounds ready yet. And my point of what I'm teaching people to do is that you should always be generating leads. And that's what I'm working on. Now, should they be Facebook leads? Should they be email leads? Where should you get them? Where should you put them? That's a whole other topic. I suggest to you that I'm trying to get Astro in the picture, but I've got my monitor moved in the wrong spot and blah, 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 blah. You don't care about that. Oh, here you go, Robert. See, here's Astro. Come on here on the end of the microphone. Maybe you can make your appearance. Oh, you've gotten stuck in the Velcro. Woof! Oh, Astro. And Robert, I love this comment. I wish I were, but soon. Soon is what I always say. Well, let me put it to you this way. I don't have my t-shirt on. You've seen my new profile image, but you can sort of see the plaque in the back. Why did I want to do this? I recorded some videos the other day, and I mounted my iPhone right here so that I'd have a spotlight on that plaque. How cool. I was like, I need to get some light on that so people can see it. I turned the light on. Anyway, the reason I'm highlighting that, here, let me show you. If you haven't seen it, I know it's hard to see back there, but 250,000 leads. That's me. That's my name right there. 250,000 leads. Now, why am I proud of this? Why am I highlighting it? Hopefully you can still hear me when I'm back there. Thanks, Robert. Robert says it's nice. I'm highlighting it because not only the big number, 250,000, and a lot of people are impressed by the big number. The big number isn't on there. And actually, I've told them, or I need to tell them, what they need to do is to put the total number of leads that were free. That's what people would be interested in. Robert says, congratulations, brother. Thank you. But the key to that plaque is not the 250,000. That plaque, that award. The key is the 113,000 that came to me as free referred leads, or what I'm calling viral traffic. That's what you want. 44% of those 250,000 leads were referred traffic. Now imagine if your business, which you're generating leads, right, Robert? You're generating leads, you're growing your email list, but imagine you had a bump, a viral bump. Maybe it's 44%. I know some people that are getting 100% depending upon the campaign that they're running. One of my students recently had 400 or 300% viral boost. For every person that signed up for his offer, he got them to refer 3 others. How amazing is that? I think that's pretty freaking amazing. Your mileage may vary. I need to have that one on a sound quote, right?
Mitch, this is not okay. You need to leave.
Alright, I've got some sounds. Robert says chatbots are coming. Well, I love chatbots. I'm not doing chatbots. I don't love chatbots in some directions and some reasons. Someday I'm going to do more with chatbots. But at this point, email's not dead. Guess what? Robert says that is so amazing. It is amazing. Chatbots are great for open rates, but guess what? Email still outsells everything else by 40% or 40 times. 40 times. Hi, Jason. Jason's here. Jason is one of my mastermind movers. My mover masterminds. It's Monday. Robert says, interesting what you were saying about chatbots. They're great. Don't get me wrong. They can be great. One of the guys that is an admin over in the UpViral group, breathe, Mitch, breathe, is Guy Smith. He is a whiz with chatbots. I am not a whiz with chatbots. Robert asks, but you get more email subscribers with chatbots, right? You can get them, yes. You can ask them for their email or just say you acknowledge that you can give me your email address. So yes, you can grow your email list with a chatbot. And what, I really don't breathe enough. What Guy Smith is doing is growing his list, doing giveaways with UpViral, and he is using chatbots for that. I need to learn what he's doing. I just have not yet made time to do that because I'm having so much success with the other stuff. So, my point is, get off your butt, Robert. Get off your butt, Jason. I know Jason just finished a contest. As part of my Movers program, we helped him do that, and he brought in, I don't know, last number I saw was 150 new leads in 7 days. Is that up and jumping up and down excitement? And that was for a client, by the way, that he was doing that campaign for. Now I'm hot. I go from cold to hot. The point is, it's not about how many leads you get. It's about whether or not they're targeted for the offer. He ran this campaign for a client who was a restaurant, and now they have 150 additional people on their list because it's not the first campaign. I'm just watching a notification that just popped in that I didn't know I was going to get. Whole nother topic, but somebody actually watched my video that pops up now on some of my websites with the tool called, it's similar to Video Ask if you've heard of that. It's called Warm Welcome, which is currently available on AppSumo. God, my brain is just not working today. Robert says, Guy Smith, the name to remember. Yes, if you want to know about chatbots and UpViral contests, Guy Smith is the guy. Oh, bad, Mitch, bad pun. So, I distracted myself with my own stuff. Make sure you're building your list. Email is not dead. If you want to put them in your Facebook Messenger chatbot, that's awesome. I I have my text messages over on that screen, and so I kind of sort of sometimes look over there. Text messaging is also a great way of interacting with people. I'm looking at several different ways of potentially adding that to my repertoire. my, my, my French is amazing, isn't it? Always be generating emails, generating your list. I wanted to share with you, by the way, I'm going to see if I can quickly zip over here to my screen. Here's one of the things that I am doing to grow my list. I am doing this thing. Now, I had a brilliant idea, which actually came from one of my mastermind. Robert, jumping back, says SMS is not as branded as Messenger. Yes, this is true. However, it still gets freaking opens. And if you're struggling maybe with your email open rate, maybe you want to get some people on SMS. The key to all of that, Robert, and everybody watching, is that maybe multiple places to be grabbing people's attention is the way to go. Some people are opening email. Some people are opening Facebook chatbots. Some people are opening their SMS. They're texting. Why not do all of them? Hey, what a concept. Jumping back, AJ is in my mastermind, and we were building a campaign for him last fall for Black Friday. And he came up with a great idea that had to do with his particular audience, and I'm not going to, right now, it's no secret, but the idea that he had was to give his people who got somebody to sign up for their campaign, for his campaign, with a Zoom background, a free Zoom background that applied to his target market. It worked. He's the guy that had the 301 for 3. Every person that signed up for his list referred 3 other people on average, which is amazing. Absolutely amazing. And so what I did was I went, how can I apply that to my business? My mentor, Tom, taught me, always be thinking about how something that somebody else is doing could apply to you. Pay attention to what they're doing. And so what I thought of was this one. People struggle when they're building their UpViral campaign. And I know you see me talk about this all the time, that your viral sharing image has to grab people. And so what I said to myself, hey, self, why don't you create some templates that people can use in Canva and show them the way? All they have to do once they have the templates in their Canva account is to customize them for their own business. So here is a sample of what I am creating, and I am in the middle of, I have about 11 of them created so far. But what I did was I created an UpViral campaign as a wait list for you to go grab or jump on the wait list. And my intention is to give 5 free. And then if you want the additional 20, which you will because they're freaking awesome, then you refer somebody to my list. Not too hard, right? You help me grow my list and I'll give you the other 25. You have the first 5, no charge. So this is what's called a lead magnet, right? A list builder for you. And what I've done is I put the viral boost on it, which I am preaching to all y'all all the time, is to find a way of bumping it. Give them an additional freebie thing if they refer some people. That's called an incentive in UpViral. It used to be called rewards if you used UpViral before. It's now called an incentive, which I think is a better name. There is a description of who I am and why you should think this is important, right? And here are some of the templates. So I'm giving you a preview of some of what's coming. And actually, I will show you as a bonus for being here. Here they are. Here's the ones that I have currently in this template. There's the one you saw before. Here's a Safari one, another Safari one, the camera one, and noticed I've removed the branding. I think it is important. I had a sample, but it still had branding on it, so I thought it was important to remove the branding. Here's one, and I'm smiling because this is a what's the right word I'm looking for? Not a simulation, but it's a derivation of a popular one that I share with people all the time. But that one is branded, right? It's a John Deere thing. And so I went looking for an image, and this isn't the perfect image because if you look closely, this lawnmower is pretty well used. It's not like a brand new lawnmower, which you would want to have in your picture, right? If you were doing something similar to this, you would want a better picture possibly than this one. But finding royalty-free image that doesn't have branding on it, etc., you get the point. Here's one for a mobile phone company with $5,000 prize. New blender. Robert says it has a roll bar. I hadn't noticed that, does it? Oops. It does, doesn't it? Why is that? I bet that's for a shade or something, so which I would want if I were doing that job because my skin burns very quickly. But I think you get the idea here that there are a lot of cool things, and they're not hard to create, right? If you potentially have something that is this easy to build, it does take time. Maybe you can do a checklist, right? A top 10 ways post. I don't know. I'm it is Monday and my brain is struggling. But other examples that you could possibly come up with. Now, many of these are a giveaway, right? A contest, enter to win, that kind of stuff. But I'm also going to be adding some that are just promotional or lead magnets. These first ones, and this is the one that I took right off of this one, right? So shows you the customizability, fancy words. I made this one all by myself in Canva. And then I made this one, which I have to replace the image because that's a Canva image that I don't have authority to use, but I think you'll get the idea. If you happen to want to sign up for that, by the way, this Up Viral campaign is live and you can get on the wait list. Lenny says, get this designer to pimp your planning workbook. Yeah, see, there's my orange screen. There's my. I should turn that off. All right. Let's see if I can put the link for that campaign. If you happen to want to register for this campaign for the wait list, and you will, when you get on there, you will of course get the 5 free templates. And if you decide to start sharing, then you will get the bonus. What do you call a cow with no legs? That's scrolling on the ticker. I love that joke. There's so many stories behind that joke. I've used it quite a bit. But anyway, this is my point, right? The whole idea of today's tip is to always be generating leads. Notice I made up a new word if you saw the description. Lead genning, like it's a verb. So, thanks for being here. If you guys have any questions, that's my tip of the day. Happy to answer questions if you've got any questions. Happy to have you join the list if you're interested in joining the list, because I will be sending out a whole lot more offers, whole lot more tips. And by the way, if you want to be like Lenny, because Lenny is Lenny. This thing is just a little disjointed this morning. If you want to be a Lenny, come over and join my Movers Mastermind. Awesome, I believe. The Mastermind, we meet 2 times a week. We have sessions that can go on for forever. And the idea is to come in and get help on your business, to get help on your marketing. Okay, I don't do accounting. But the idea with the Mastermind is to grow your business. It's a little kick in the patootie. Lenny will tell you that I'm constantly nagging him. The whole point is to get your business growing. Robert, bless your heart. I am listening to your always be generating leads instruction. Thank you. And there's the answer to the bad joke. What do you call a cow with no legs? The answer is ground beef. Ba-dum-bum-tsh. See, I have the drum roll, which I should have done, which has no cymbal crash at the end, which I still have to fix, but how's that for a bad joke? Yay! I like Lenny, an eventual millionaire, yes. And if you don't know, that actually is a podcast called The Eventual Millionaire, and Jamie Masters, whom I've worked with before, is an awesome coach on that. She is freaking amazing. Jamie Masters, The Eventual Millionaire. So, I'm with you, Robert. And it's difficult, right? It is difficult to sometimes be remembering this advice. We all have struggles. We all have a million things pulling us in different directions. But always be lead genning. I'm going to make that up as a new word. Always be generating new leads. Get them on your list. Serve them well. How often do you email them? At least once a week, if not more. Lenny, she was a client. No, she wasn't a client. I was a client of hers. I was in a couple of different programs with her. Would love to get her on as a client. Maybe someday I can get on her show, The Eventual Millionaire. I've had that in the back of my mind as a goal. I would love to have her as a client, yes. Jamie Masters. She used to be Jamie Tari, if you ever heard that name. Well, look at you, Robert. Congratulations. We get the bell for success. Rob says, I had 150 leads last week, but looking for much more. 150 is great. You are rocking it, and I appreciate that. Let's see if I can do the confetti thing. There you go. There's the confetti thing. Woohoo! Congratulations, Robert. I appreciate you. Jason, if you're still here, Jason just got 150 leads or more. It's starting small. You don't have to start bigly. The templates I just showed you, Lenny distracted me with a comment. I need to not read the comments when they come in. The template I just showed you is just simple lead generation. A simple, very valuable lead magnet, asking them with the viral list bump that I'm teaching people how to do, is to say, look, if you're interested in this, maybe you know somebody else. All you got to do is ask them to refer somebody else, and you give them an incentive, an ethical bribe, in order to do that. In my case, I give them 5, tell them they can get 25 total. All they got to do is refer somebody to me, get them on my list, and don't cheat when you do it. Lenny hit the nail on the head. Yes, I was in her, was it mentor box? Was that what it was? I don't know. That was a couple of years ago. Robert says it was too expensive to do that with the ads I ran. Well, here's the key, Robert. If you're doing the viral bump, and you just said, that's what I need, viral list bumps. So what, people say, well, I only got 10% referred leads when they're running a campaign. You go talk I'm sorry. That just came out of nowhere. You go talk to anybody that's in marketing and say, well, I got an extra 10% leads on my particular offer. What do you think they're going to say? Only 10%. That sucked. I didn't want those extra 10%. Of course, they're going to jump up and down. They're going to applaud. They're going to say, huh? And they're going to say, how did you get those extra 10%? And then I tell them, oh, by the way, in my lead gen process, I'm averaging 44%. And then they start standing up or sitting up and paying attention. The viral bump is there. All you got to do is knock on it. All you got to do is learn how to do it. Back to what you said, Robert, it's too expensive. Imagine if your ad cost came down by 30% because you got this 30% bump. 10%, 20%, even if it's small numbers. If you get those free leads, 10% free leads on the back end, your ad costs are coming down. Your cost per lead comes down. Imagine getting an average of 44% like I am. That's cutting your lead cost almost in half. Hello? And that's what happens in my Movers Mastermind. That's what happens with my programs that you can buy. That's what happens when you start doing this. And why are you putting it off? Why are you waiting to get involved in this? It's not hard. Lenny will tell you it's not hard. What's hard is taking that from 10% to 20% to 30% and up. That's the hard part. It's called learning. That's what's so hard about it. It's just a matter of time. You're always going to be generating leads. You're always going to be doing marketing. Where's my thing? If I could get to it really fast. Where is it? I should have it. Where's my marathon button? There it is. Ooh. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And I don't know why that switched over to the other page and now I can't see the other page. Now I can't turn it off. I don't know how to turn it off. I'll turn it off the basic way. I'm using a Stream Deck down here, and apparently I have a little programming error that doesn't get me back to the page that lets me turn that off once I've turned it on. But you get the idea. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You are missing out on leads right now. If you're paying for Facebook ads, Robert, and you are not doing a viral bump, you're missing out on leads. When do you start? Today. What do you got to do to make it happen? Ask on your thank you page. I mean, you could start right now without all the fancy tools, without all the learning. All you got to do, Robert says I can do learning. And this is so true, Robert. Marathon, not a sprint. I always want to just sprint and then I die. We do that. We do typically like to go, and then we're exhausted. It's a marathon. Here's how you get started right now today. You make 10 minutes and you go to your current offer, whatever it is you're doing, and on the thank you page where you say, thank you, here's your thing, you say congratulations, make them feel good about what they got, and then you add to the bottom of it, you say, hey, would you mind referring a friend? This would really help me out, and I would love it so much. You can put that in your email. Put it both places. Take 10 minutes and go do that. That's the start. That's where you get going. Because then you're starting to think, well, where else could I put an ask for people to share? Not everybody's going to do it. There's a million things that are going to come into play. But you can just get started right now today by simply adding an ask to your emails, to your thank you page. If you really want to step it up a little level, say, if you invite one person and they tell me that you invited them, I'll give you this free $47 offer. Now they're starting to pay attention. You mean all I got to do is bring you somebody and I get something in return? It's all it takes. You don't have to have all the tools that I use. You don't have to have all the knowledge that I have. But you can get started today, right now. Put it on your list. Add the Mitch's Ask to my thank you page. Thank you, Robert. Ring the bell. I need to learn to ask. That's what I'm teaching. That's all I'm freaking teaching. If you nail it down to what's the reason that I got 44% back here. I can't point. I have trouble pointing to that thing back there. I always want to point over here. Over there. It's over there. Point over there. All I did was I asked people to share with others. 44% over the last 6 years or whatever that is. 44% by asking. 44% by asking. Robert says, I once knocked on doors. Bless your heart, that must have been hard. I never had to do that other than when I was in high school trying to raise money for band, for marching. I always asked in those days. Online has been an adjustment, right? This is not new, Robert. You're pointing out that it's not new. Lenny, digital products cost you nothing. Trade them for leads. You've already generated the dang things. You already have them in your arsenal. Just use them, like Lenny says, because Lenny's in my Movers Mastermind. He knows. He absolutely knows all of this stuff because he comes every frickin' time we have a meeting. Lenny's awesome. Lenny knows he needs to pay attention. Lenny knows he knows how to do this stuff. But if you're not in my Movers Mastermind, you're missing out. But let's go back to the ask. That's all you need to be doing is asking. Start with the ask. Start learning, reminding yourself to make the ask. My father used to say, son, it doesn't hurt to ask. I wish I had a recording of him saying, I tell my kids all the time, it does. I mean, I remember the telephone in the old days was across the hall. I didn't have a phone in my room when I was a teenager. And I had to walk across the hall to get to the phone in my mother's office. And I was always like, oh, I gotta go ask. I gotta go call Joanne or call somebody. I'm gonna go out with her. This is painful. And it would take me 30 minutes to get up the nerve to walk over there. And then I would dial the phone. Do you remember the old days? You had to dial the phone. And I would dial the last number and I would hold it. The last digit. And I would just hold it going, okay, let it go, Mitch. Let it go. You can do it. And then I'd maybe pull my finger out, or then I'd put my finger back on the hang-up button. What is that called? Anyway. Sometimes it does hurt to ask, but I like this. Robert says, be like Lenny. Be like a Lenny. Be like Mitch. Let's get Lenny out of this. Let's be like Mitch. Mitch has 44%. See, I'm going to learn. Mitch has I got to point that way. Not there. Anyway. Brilliant, Robert. Brilliant. When I sold the encyclopedia... I can't talk today. When I sold... I'm not going to use the word pushed. When I sold the Encyclopedia Britannica in Homes, I always asked at least 3 times. See, Robert, you know this stuff. You could probably teach it. Don't steal my business. But it's hard to teach ourselves to go back and make the ask. But that's all I'm doing. It's all I did to get 44%, almost 44% additional leads for my clients. It's not hard. All right. It's great conversation. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to give you the 30 second warning that I'm going to wrap up this tip of the week. Tomorrow is the UpViral Copilot show, and you should tune in. Tomorrow's show is about a review of the results of the UpViral campaign that the UpViral is running right now. They're running their own UpViral campaign. Smart move. Eat your own dog food, as Mark likes to say. On Wednesday, I will be back here with a campaign review for you. And on Wednesday, I'm going to give you free access to all of the past campaign reviews that I've done. Guess what? That's a new lead magnet. Guess what? It's an UpViral campaign that's going to get you to refer others because there's a bump on the back end. What a shock! So that's what's coming up on Wednesday. Robert, if you get a campaign built before Wednesday, I'll review it for you. Just let me know. Let me know what you're working on. Maybe I can give you a review. Currently charge money for those, so tune in on Wednesday. Lenny's talking about the Copilot show. I'd like to know how they planned their reward points. Well, they didn't ask me. We've talked about it in the Movers Mastermind. We've talked about their campaign, which is currently running. I don't know whether it's finished or not. Everybody does things differently, and it's okay the way they're doing it. They're learning lessons, just like we all do when we run our campaigns. So, tune in tomorrow on the Copilot show for that. That is 10 a.m. Eastern Time. I think I gave you the link in the description. If not, you can find it on the UpViral website under Resources, and you'll see my smiling face because I'm the co-host. Mark says I'm the host now, but it's kind of weird not having a co-host because he wants to bow out and do important things. Can you get insight info on what campaign is getting tons of traffic right now? Well, they're not going to give me that information. But, they're not going to give me that. That would be an interesting question, though, wouldn't it? So anyway, thank you for tuning in today. We're going to wrap this up. Tune in tomorrow on the Copilot Show. Tune in Wednesday for a campaign review right here. Same bat time, same bat channel. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the questions. Robert, thanks for being here. Lenny, thanks for being here. And everybody else who's here, thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions, let me know. Would love to have a conversation. If you want to jump in on the Movers Mastermind, you can go to giveawayrocket.com/join, which is also in the description, to find out more information. And I've just found another way of getting out better information about that I'm going to be changing the way that page works as well. All right, we will catch you again shortly tomorrow and Wednesday. Let me know what you need.